We have failed for the past 7 years to have any international sympathy. We have failed to secure any direct endorsement for Ambazonian statehood. We can only become independent if we have the means. Even though we have the means, we are unable to come together to execute this war. There is no propensity for any international partner to endorse Ambazonian independence right now. Without any international recognition or state recognition, Ambazonian independence is not possible. It is not possible. It is the right thing to end the suffering of our people, because if we do not engage in a meaningful way that will be able to secure international support to pressurize Cameroon. This is Capo Daniel. As you know me very well, my name is Andong Emmanuel. I go by the name Capo Daniel. Today is the eve of New Year. We have a couple of days before New Year. It's a very significant day across the globe, and it's very important for our people. I want to address you today. I'm sure you must have seen the headlines that have been very prominent in all Cameroon major newspapers talking about certain declarations that I've made. I made those declarations in my podcast. I also had some informal conversation with some major journalists in the Cameroon, French Cameroon regions or territory that had also published those content. You know me very well. We have been in this struggle and in this war for over 7 years. Our struggle after 7 years is not as vibrant as it started. Many segments of our society have been isolated from our struggle. The armed struggle, the armed wing, have dominated the priorities of the various Ambazonian factions that seeks their endorsement and loyalty at all costs, including at the cost of our civilians. We have seen public execution for the first time carried out and endorsed by a major Ambazonian faction. When the school boycott started, I was responsible to convince students, in some instances, to burn down their school, to oppose instructions from their parents to go to school, while the rest of our people stay at home to observe this school boycott. I've worked with all the various 5 leaders that have emerged within this our liberation struggle to push for the agenda of independence. I have led a negotiation team. I've had one-on-one conversation with international stakeholders. We have engaged with the American State Department and many other countries directly. We have heard from African leaders their opinion and their position about our struggle. The United Nations Security Council have had an informal conversation where 110 countries have gone on the record to state their position regarding the prospect of Ambazonian independence vis-à-vis the conflict with La République du Cameroon. Fellow Ambazonian, our people have the capacity to free themselves, but we are unable to harness this capacity due to our internal dynamic. The division amongst us, the infighting, have made it impossible for us to strike this iron when it was still hot. Had it been we come around Seseko Ayoktabi, the story could have been different. But unfortunately, I'm here to tell the Ambazonian people, for the sake of our suffering people, the struggle have evolved in a way that all the fighters in Ground Zero, 95%, have publicly denounced any political leadership that is in the diaspora. And we all know that there can only be a viable political leadership from the diaspora. Groups on Ground Zero have transformed themselves into cartels. Our groups in the diaspora are more focused on showing power and dominance rather than even confronting the enemy. Lockdowns are declared against our own people. At Tangipo and the Prime Minister of La République Diombote had visited our territory 4 times within the past 6 months without any lockdown being declared or then be challenged in any significant manner. Right now, our people, for the best interest of our people, for the public interest of our people, it is time for us to engage with La République du Cameroon to do the hard work to look in front and see how we can arrange a new social contract that can preserve our identity, our specificity, our territorial integrity as the people of the former British Southern Cameroons, as the people of Ambazonia. If we fail to engage in this manner, if we fail not to take this opportunity to directly engage with Cameroon while Paul Biya is alive, the new president of Cameroon will have no incentive to engage with Ambazonia in any meaningful way to release our prisoners and to make further concession. We have failed for the past 7 years to have any international sympathy. We have failed to secure any direct endorsement for Ambazonian statehood. We can only become independent if we have the means. Even though we have the means, we are unable to come together to execute this war. There is no propensity for any international partner to endorse Ambazonian independence right now. Without any international recognition or state recognition, Ambazonian independence is not possible. It is not possible. It is the right thing to end the suffering of our people, because if we do not engage in a meaningful way that will be able to secure international support, to pressurize Cameroon, to preserve our sovereignty, and allow us to have a say in a new political contract, a new social contract with La République du Cameroon, we will face a total loss scenario. We will fight indefinitely, and our country will face the same insecurity and violence against our own people perpetrated by our own people, like we have seen in Mexico, in Haiti, in some parts in Southern Sudan. We do not want the fate of the Ambazonian heroes, the Ambazonian defenders, to become similar to those of the Tema Tigers. I'm talking to you like somebody who have represented the struggle in the highest level. I know our capacity. I've been the brain behind our propaganda. I've sent soldiers to war. I've been the main recruiter. I've encouraged soldiers to pick up arms. And I've been on the forefront fighting against kidnapping, buying weapons and arming our soldiers. And I've come to tell our people that it is time for us to change our political objective and come together to do the hard work to form and secure a new social contract with Cameroon that will reflect our territorial integrity, our statehood. We do not have a lot of time left. It has been 1 year since the Canadian initiative took place. The Canadian government have failed to put any pressure on Cameroon because no country will do so. There is no prospect, there is no hope that the United States of America or any other country will support Ambazonian independence or apply pressure for Cameroon for Ambazonian independence. We have enough support. In my travel abroad and my engagement with other stakeholders and the international community, we have enough support to elude or to run away from an inevitable total loss and secure an Ambazonian within a framework similar to what the Scottish and the Northern Ireland pursue. The Basque country as well in Spain, they did not accept to be a part of Spain because they didn't like to become independent. They didn't betray their population. Just like those people, those like the fighters of the Northern Ireland and Scotland. It is because of the love of their own people, self-preservation, and an effort to evade a complete disintegration of the family unit and their society unit that they made a deal, that the Scottish and the Northern Ireland made a deal with Great Britain, that the Basque Country made a deal with Spain, that we must make a deal with La République du Cameroon that is internationally backed and that is transparent, that is constitutional, it's not administrative. We cannot gamble with the life and the future of our people. We cannot play political games with the future of our people. I've come to this conclusion motivated by the love of our people, self-preservation of our people, our identity, and human life.